Tonight on News Center, students and faculty gather to mourn public higher education. The Rivertown Sustainability Fair comes to the Mon Valley. The softball team splits a series, and baseball finds a friend in the turf at Consol Energy Park. News Center starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to CUTV Newscenter for the week of March 29th, 2012. I'm Andy Hughes.
And I'm Gloria Stone. California's University's chapter of APSCUF organized a rally for faculty, staff, and students to inform the public why they should care about the cut to higher education. CUTV's own Will Moore was on site for a funeral procession of higher education.
No budget cuts! No budget cuts! No budget cuts! No budget cuts!
It may be quiet now, but the area behind me here at the Natali Student Union Tuesday morning was anything but, as students and faculty gathered to hold a mock funeral procession and a rally protesting the budget cuts across the state of Pennsylvania affecting public higher education.
We don't want this to happen. We are students, faculty, teachers, everybody that's part of California University of Pennsylvania don't want any of this to happen right now.
I've learned so much here coming to CalU the past 3 years, and I hate for someone else to miss out on that.
If these budget cuts are to pass as proposed, then the funding level that the students receive puts it on par with funding that we received back in 1989. In 1989, we had a couple thousand students.
While students were concerned about the state of the budget, faculty offered insight into how students can have their voices heard in Harrisburg.
Actually, what we're looking at is the death of public education. If the governor's budget goes through the way it is, here at California, we may see major changes. Program cuts, classrooms that are already too large, even larger. They need to get involved, and the best way to get involved is to let people know that they are voters, their families vote, and that they are going to vote them out of office.
What's the old cliche about a turnip? Can't get any blood out of a turnip? Well, here we are. We're the turnips. We've been bleeding for 2 years. There ain't none left. What's left is the legislators. They have to make the decision. So the petitions that we are getting go right to the legislators. They listen to the students. They're not going to listen to professors. It's the students that got to stand up at this point. And they did today. They did.
Now, organizers of the event here on campus say this isn't the end of the protests. They plan on continuing to make noise and get louder until their demands are heard. On Wednesday, there was a rally on the steps of the Capitol in Harrisburg, where members of the other state schools also gathered representatives from California University in protesting these budget cuts. Stay tuned to CUTV as we will have continuing coverage of the budget crisis across the state of Pennsylvania and right here on CalU's campus. Reporting from outside the Natali Student Center, I'm Will Moore for CUTV News Center.
An environmental-friendly event is coming to the Mon Valley this week to educate people on sustainability. CUTV reporter Joy Levere has more on the story.
If you're looking to make California a more livable place, the Rivertown program is your ally. Rivertown will be holding a sustainability fair on March 31st from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the East Bethlehem Township Fire Hall in Fredericktown. Just a 10-minute ride can help you learn about how you can preserve our natural resources through hands-on demonstrations, interactive exhibits, and funding opportunities. The Rivertown program has been making big plans for California, including a trail, park, and revitalizing current and future business opportunities. If you have dreams for our town, show your support at the Rivertown Sustainability Fair on Saturday. Students can learn more at www.wppsef.org/Rivertown. Reporting for CUTV News Center, I'm Joy Levere.
WCAL, California's University's radio station, held a charity lock-in this past weekend for VH1's Save the Music Foundation. The lock-in raised $1,000 over a 48-hour period. A Chinese raffle with baskets donated from universities, clubs, organizations, and California businesses, as well as monetary donations, were able to be raised the overall donation to the Music Foundation.
The annual Science Olympiad tournament was held this past Wednesday, where schools from both middle school and high school divisions were trying to advance to the state tournament held at Gianna College. CUTV's own Scott Majeski has more on the day's event.
California University of Pennsylvania played host to the annual Western Pennsylvania Science Olympiad Regional Tournament on Wednesday, where schools from all over Western Pennsylvania and as far east as Bedford County came to compete in events such as bottle rockets, Mission Impossible, Arm Robot, and many more. At the end of the day, competitors all gathered in Steele Hall from both the middle school and high school divisions to receive their medals and awards from the day's events. As the top 6 teams from both divisions will be advancing to the state tournament, the top 3 places in both divisions were Franklin Regional placed 3rd, Houston placed 2nd, and Shadyside Academy placed 1st, all in the middle school division. And in high school, it was Shadyside Academy placing 3rd, with Montour High School finishing 2nd, and Alderdice High School finishing 1st. California University of Pennsylvania looks to host this event again next year and for many more years to come.
California resident Carrie Joseph Davis, 23, of California Road, was arraigned in front of court Tuesday on charges of possession of intent to deliver marijuana and drug paraphernalia. The charges were brought on after Davis was shot on September 27, 2011, during a burglary. Police obtained a search warrant after the shooting where they found evidence of possession. Davis is scheduled for a preliminary hearing this coming Monday. He is free on a $25,000 unsecured bond. So, Andy, the weather yesterday was pretty nice, the nicest day of the week, right in time for the Science Olympiad, but who knows what it's going to be this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, it's been sunny here for a while now. Starting to get a little bit windy, but hopefully the sun stays out and we can all still wear our shorts.
Hopefully that's the case.
Absolutely.
See what's in store for the weekend when we return with student meteorologist Ryan Lingo with your weather report.
Good evening. This is the Cal U Weather Center. I'm student meteorologist Ryan Lingo here with your weather headlines. There'll be a few showers to start off your weekend, clearing up, becoming nicer, 70s on Sunday, and lower 70s on Monday to start your week. All this and more after the break.
Welcome back to CUTV Newscenter. I'm Miriam Mason with your entertainment report. Though she played it cool on the red carpet last Thursday after a young woman tossed a bag of flour on her, Kim Kardashian is considering pressing charges. She exclusively tells E! News, "I said earlier, no, I wasn't going to file a complaint. I'm just going to think about it. I don't want someone to think that they can actually get away with that. So we are going to handle it." She said that she really wanted to reach out towards the organization, but in the end states that she feels worse for the people running the event instead of herself. Prince William is finally home in Great Britain after spending nearly 7 weeks away on deployment to the Falkland Islands. Middleton was not on hand to meet her prince as he stepped off the aircraft, the palace said, but not to worry, he immediately went back to his home in London to be reunited with his lovely wife. Looking at the Cal calendar, starting tonight at 8:30 and continuing until Saturday is the Evening of Dance, featuring the choreographic talent of our dance faculty and students. Cost is $12 for adults, seniors, and children. Cal U students with a valid Cal card are admitted free. This Sunday, the Bodybuilding and Fitness Club of Cal U is presenting the 2012 Mr. and Miss Cal U Bodybuilding and Figure in Hammer Hall Gymnasium. There is a $10 general admission, and it's free to students with a valid Cal card. The prejudging begins at 10 a.m. and the afternoon show starts at 2 p.m. Next Monday, Cal U welcomes David Newell, who portrayed Mr. McFeely on the children's television show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. School groups, the campus community, and members of the public are welcome to hear Newell discuss education, the media, and his experiences with the popular TV show. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo starts this weekend at the Vulcan Theater, starring Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. In the movie, journalist Michael Bloomfitz is aided in his search for a woman who has been missing for over 40 years by Lisbeth, a young computer hacker in this thriller. It is based on the New York Times best-selling book. The showtimes are 4 and 8 p.m. The Gallagher comedy show that is scheduled for April 22nd in Uniontown has been canceled. Gallagher has suffered over 2 heart attacks through the past several weeks. Gallagher's family and management would like to thank fans and colleagues for all of their support during his time in his life. So, Ron Burgundy made an appearance on Conan last night about an Anchorman 2 movie.
I am really excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, the first one was so successful, you still hear quotes from it, so I'm sure the same one will happen here. This is the second one.
That is true. Our whole crew here knows it word by word, so we'll have to see what Anchorman 2 is like. All right, thanks, Miriam. When we return, Clinton Logan has your sports report. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to News Center. I'm Clinton Logan with your sports report. The Vulcan softball team wasn't letting the rainy weather hamper their PSAC schedule as they took on the Lock Haven Bald Eagles Wednesday in a rescheduled doubleheader. The Vulcans were coming off a split against the Gannon Golden Knights and looked to sweep the Bald Eagles. Let's head out to Lilly Field where we were on hand for the first game of the doubleheader. There you see starting off Hope Spancake hitting the first batter. She would settle down, however, 8 strikeouts in the game and striking out Nicole Smith both times on here. Her opposing pitcher, though, Sarah Morse, was just as strong in this game for Lock Haven as she recorded 5 strikeouts, get Allison Johnson, Jillian Russell here. 6th inning, California has a little bit of a chance. They had 2 runners on, but a strikeout doesn't help them here. A single later on, however, gets them a little bit of action, but they were never able to put across any runs. A nice single here, bunt, as Morse stumbles a little to get it to first, but it was Lock Haven coming up late. Put out here was 5 1/3 of no-hit ball before Lock Haven finally did get some hits on, and it's the top of the 7th where they started. They tried to get Morse off a third. She scores here on the error on the throw. That gets the first run across, and then the RBI single to left by Clary made it 2-0 Lock Haven, and they never looked back. 3 consecutive outs in here in the 7th by Smith. There you see the ground out by Johnson. Hyde grounds out to the pitcher, and Leah fouls out to end the game here for the Vulcans as they drop the first one by a score of 2-0. Lock Haven with the upset of the win, you could say, in terms of looking at those records. Hyde finishes the game 1 for 3 as well. Weidman 1 for 3. Not too many hits in this one. Spancake only gives up a couple hits, and she does get the 2 unearned runs, 8 Ks in the loss. After their second loss in 3 games, the Vulcans look to salvage their series against the Bald Eagles with a win in the second game. The game, like the first one, remained scoreless until late in the game when Lock Haven opened up the scoring with a 3-run spot in the 5th inning. The Vulcans answered with a run in the 6th inning to trim the deficit to 2 thanks to Stephanie Ellis's RBI double. However, it was the 7th inning where magic took place as the Vulcans rallied with the help of back-to-back doubles courtesy of Madison Yannick, Jillian Russell, and Allison Johnson to tie the game at 3. Then it was all Katie Natter as she delivered the walk-off game-winning single to give the Vulcans the win. There you see the 4-3 victory here for the Vulcans. Natter 3 for 4 with the RBI, a huge game for her there. As Kashner, 1.1 innings pitched, she'll get the win, 2 Ks, and she moves to 2-1. One of Cal U's more underrated athletic programs are making big news in the national spotlight as the women's tennis team finds himself ranked 8th in the nation. The Vulcans most recently defeated the Pittsburgh Panthers 4-3 on the road, due in part to their strong singles play. After dropping the doubles point, the Vulcans picked up 4 single victories by Martina Rubasova, Annabelle Pichel, Franziska Steinhardt, and Anastasia Zerdeva. This was the 4th time the tennis team has defeated a Division I team this season. They return to action on Friday in a home match against Clarion at Rodman Park. For more information on the women's tennis team, you can visit calvulcans.com. The tennis team is not the only spring sports team that is used to having success here at Cal U. Let's travel out to the Diamond to see how the Vulcans baseball team is looking this season with CUTV reporter Allison Steinheiser.
Coming into the season, the baseball team had to adjust. Not only did they have to compensate from losing some seniors, they also had to find a way to adjust to a brand new field. The Vulcans' home, Consol Energy Park, is now an all-turf field. This is something head coach Mike Conti says is almost a necessity in the area for college teams.
It's been very helpful to us because we've been able to practice outside, maybe where other teams might not be able to on certain days.
Being able to get on the field is important, especially for pitchers like Kyle Thomas.
It's definitely different. You have to, you have to get out there a couple times and see what it's like, get practice on it, which really helps a lot.
With the Vulcans able to see the field so often, it should give them an advantage at home.
It should be a cleaner game on turf because, you should be able to field the ball because it takes perfect hops. We see it more often. I would think that day in and day out with the baseball game played on turf, you should see a higher fielding percentage, less errors, and once we become accustomed to it, it should make our games better.
So far, Consol Energy Park has been good to the Vulcans as the team has gone 9-3 in home games as of Wednesday night. Look for Vulcan baseball coverage right here on CUTV in the coming weeks. For CUTV Newscenter, I'm Allison Steinheiser.
So guys, usually I'd talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates with it almost coming up here opening day, but that's going to be on Thursday, so we'll save that for a week. But tonight, the Pittsburgh Power try and get above 500, try and move to 2-1 to take on the Milwaukee Mustangs tonight in action. Hopefully Bill Stahl can recover from the poor game he had against the Philadelphia Soul.
Yeah, hopefully, you want to see that the Power win. Bill Stahl, Seton LaSalle alum, so I'll definitely be watching that one.
Hopefully they can improve from their 84-59 loss somewhere around there last week. So hopefully they can win one.
Yeah, Mike Joystick Washington, get a couple more touchdowns. I'm going to call 4 tonight. Let's hope he gets them.
Let's hope. All right, thanks, Clint.
Yep.
That will do it for this week's edition of News Center. Don't forget you can check out CUTV online anytime.
You can visit our official website at sai.calu.edu/CUTV for the latest news and on-demand video.
We'll see you next week.